Artificial intelligence can work wonders with the human language.
Government isn't ready to regulate AI.
AI development.
Generative AI, particularly the large language models.
ChatGPT.
I am the reason OpenAI exists.
But could it also help us talk to animals? At 3 months old, you learn to imitate people. At 12 months, you learn to connect words to meanings. As you grow older, you become increasingly conversant in your language, and you're able to gossip and exchange information to your heart's content. Humans are intrinsically social beings. For us, communication is key, be it with other humans, animals, or even extraterrestrials. The question of whether we're the only species out there with big ideas has been around for years. Are there any non-human species on our planet that brim with ideas just like us? To answer that, we must first ask, what sets apart human communication from animal communication? The American linguist and anthropologist Charles Hockett has an answer. He identifies several design features of human languages, which makes our communication unique. We associate human sounds with meanings. We talk of things that do not exist, of the past and the future. We can lie, we can deceive, and we use language to talk about, well, language. So to what extent can animals do this? Features humans and animals share in common are things such as our communication being mostly audio-based, with speaking and hearing, being able to identify which direction sound is coming from. However, humans have additional qualities that set us apart from animals. That's not to say animals don't have well-established communication systems. Studies show that bats make sounds and argue over food, distinguish between genders, and call each other by names. Parrots like Alex and bonobos like Kanzi can learn and associate words with objects.
Banana.
Dolphins can understand differences in word order, and bees can communicate through body movements and sounds. We don't fully understand the extent to which animals communicate, but a lot of progress is on the way. The Cetacean Translation Initiative project, known as CETI, was initiated to help scientists study and understand the language of sperm whales. You may ask, why whales? Whales belong to the animal family of cetaceans, which also includes dolphins. Sperm whales have larger brains than humans. Humans and sperm whale brains both have spindle neurons, which allows our communication, reasoning, and memory skills. Whales are also emotionally intelligent. They also feel grief and sympathy. Whales have complex communication systems. They are social animals like us and live in groups which are led by female whales. Different groups of whales have different behaviours and even different dialects, just like different human cultures. Communicating in mountainous regions is not easy, which is why humans have come up with a solution: whistling. The mountain shepherds of northern Turkey communicate through whistles that carry dozens of times further than ordinary speech. Instead of whistles, whales talk to each other using short bursts of clicks, known as codas. These bursts of 2 to 40 clicks are used when moving around and hunting for prey. Codas are specific to the group, and different groups have about 20 codas. Using these codas, whales can communicate kilometers away from each other. Researchers have already been collecting recordings of these codas, but we're not really sure how they work. Do they have grammar, and can they be put together to produce whale sentences? You don't usually think of animals as having grammar. We think of simple meanings such as a growl meaning aggression or a yelp meaning pain, but nothing is nuanced as the Shakespearean "they have been at a great feast of languages and stolen the scraps." But is there a reason to think that? Whistled Turkish isn't quite a new language, but more like a way to encode the vowels and consonants into whistles. So it certainly has a grammar. I mean, it's the same grammar as spoken Turkish itself. And it's not just Turkish, almost any language could be converted into a series of whistled notes. So as you can see, there's no rule that says grammar has to come from human language. If whales are capable of communication through whistling, there's nothing to say that they can't have their own grammar too. And consider this, the young whales, known as calves, take about 2 years to start producing recognisable codas. And I'm sure that's a lot quicker than you, the human child, took to start producing your first words. To understand the whale's language, we need to answer 3 questions. What are their basic sounds? Do they use grammar? And of course, do these sounds actually mean anything to us? And to set about answering these questions, the researchers are using the buzzword of the day, artificial intelligence, AI. The recent successes of machine learning models and natural language processing means that AI is at the front of understanding whale sounds. Recent breakthroughs in AI allow us to translate between two unknown human languages without needing a mapping or a Rosetta Stone. Project CETI will build on these discoveries to create a sort of whale dictionary. Using AI, the team will listen to and translate communication and even potentially talk back. CETI scientists plan on using multiple technologies available to locate and record groups of sperm whales. They're looking to use buoyed arrays with sensors every several hundred meters from the surface to the depth at which sperm whales hunt. They're using aquatic drones to monitor whales' communications and behaviors. Operation Talk to Whales is in full swing, and I'm sure the sperm whales will no doubt notice this intrusion. I can't help but wonder what they must be thinking, and perhaps one day we might even be able to ask them.